I really like books, and I think you should too. Today's talk will center around why books matter. But before I tell you that story, I'll tell you a really interesting story. My life changed in July, and I think that story actually goes further back to December. I came back to Nigeria after finishing med school to start my medical career in Nigeria. And after spending a few months in the hospital, someone looked me in the eye and was like, "You do amazing in reality TV." And I'm like, "Okay, sure." Somehow in July, I ended up on Nigeria's biggest reality TV show, Big Brother Nigeria, with 28 other fantastic housemates. Now, here's where things get interesting. While I was in the house, there were people who were fighting for me outside. People I had never met before. Who I had never seen before. They're called the faithful. These people changed my life. Apart from the fact that they changed my life, I heard stories from people among them. And one of those people is someone called Mama Ramat. Wow. Great. So this is Mama Ramat. And Mama Ramat is an absolutely brilliant woman. That's me. I like to make interesting YouTube videos where I have conversations with people. But there's something special about this story. Mama Ramat is a breast cancer heroine. And she told me a story. She said, while we were in the house, while I was fighting my breast cancer journey, watching you was one of the few things I could actually enjoy life. And that story means a lot because it means that there are things you do that you don't understand that affect people in different ways. Now, what does this story have to do with books and why are books important? We'll go to the simplest one. Books are life-saving. There's a fun fact for you. Every child that is born, within your first year of life, if you breastfeed them alone, they actually end up becoming smarter, they have incredible memory, and always end up becoming most likely to succeed. Why? Because breast milk has amazing nutrients. But it doesn't stop there. There are emotional factors, attachment factors that breast bring to children. But that's not always breast. Your boobs are also a sign of identity. For your average person, breasts are that, just an organ that you play with. For a woman, it's not just breasts. It's how she shows that she's a feminine person. It's how she pushes them up and shows how elegant she is. It's how she feeds her children, and it's something you can't take away from her. Now, when something attacks that identity, you can see how damaging that can be. Aside from identity, breast cancer is also very important when you talk about boobs. Because you can't talk about breast cancer if you don't mention boobs. And most times people talk about breast cancer and they say, oh, this person's life is ending, this woman is going through this, and there's no recourse, there's no going back. But that's not true. I think breast cancer is a fight worth going after. And this story with Mama Ramat showed that to me. Because she wasn't coming in from a place of, oh, I'm a victim, oh, I had a problem, oh, I need pity. No. She was coming from a place of, I feel strong. I fought this journey, and I believe that I can overcome it. And I think that's what's important about this. We always approach breast cancer like it's the worst thing that can happen to you. What if breast cancer is something we can approach as a journey towards finding personal strength? But how else do breast have significance? Good. Aside from that, breast matter because they affect not just you. As a woman, you might think, oh, when you have breast cancer, that's the end of it. But breast cancer doesn't affect her. it affects her family, it affects her friends, it affects the people she works with. I want to think about all the amazing women you've ever had collaborations with. Those people have things they go through. And imagine some of the brilliant women in the world having to fight a battle like this without having the correct access or having the amenities to treat this breast cancer. So when someone has breast cancer, it's not just about the person's breast. There is the family that suffers the repercussion. There is the school that suffers the repercussion. And there's the larger society that lost someone that could have been beneficial to them. Which is why I think this conversation is very important. And that leads me to the next thing. Yes, breast cancer is a problem. What can you do to make breast cancer less of a problem? I think the most important thing you can do is have a conversation about it. In Nigeria, people often feel like when you talk about things like this, you're being immoral, you're being unreligious. But it's not true. I still think breasts are amazing. They're beautiful, they make you confident. So if I can say that, why should I not be able to say that you should examine yourself, touch your breast, check for whatever is there. 1 second of breast examination can save 10 years turmoil in radiotherapy because you start treating faster. But aside from that, what else is happening? Because you tell your story, because one breast cancer woman tells her story, a million other women can wake up and realize that, oh, I don't have to go to this problem if I screen myself and detect it early. And if you detect it early, your chances of survival are drastically high. And finally, detection equals hope. Breast cancer is not a death sentence. Yes, it's a terrible disease. But if you find this early, you can actually manage the problem. Now, what else is there? Being a breast cancer survivor or being someone who suffers from breast cancer isn't a female issue. In fact, men can get breast cancer too. There's a small percentage of men that suffer from breast cancer, and these people also need awareness. But aside from that, this is a slum in Adewale where this TED talk is happening. Now, everybody in the world gets breast cancer, but there's a difference when breast cancer happens in Adewale. It's a socioeconomic divide that people don't talk about. When you have breast cancer in Ikoyi, you can take your life insurance, walk into a fancy hospital, see an oncologist, and they will help. But when you have breast cancer in Adewale, do you know what happens? They take a picture of you and they post you on Twitter so people can donate money to treat you. And I want you to think for a second how many days it takes to raise money for people like that. And aside from that, in the process of raising that money, the breast cancer is still going deep into wherever happens. And that's why this conversation is important. Because when you see a problem, you can discuss it, and enlightenment helps to bring solutions. So, how else? This is Adewale General Hospital. It's one of the hospitals around the Adewale area, and it's government funded. But you can see how dilapidated it looks. Nobody's funding this hospital. Nobody's giving donations to it. It's almost like people in Adewale don't deserve equal treatment. And you know what's crazy? Even for a community that holds 70% below the poverty line, they still survive. I saw in the car ride as I was coming in, there's shops everywhere in Adewale, POS machines, fashion designers, clothes, kitchens. People still spend money here. They still contribute to the economy. But here's the problem. Nigeria wants to take what you can offer them, but it doesn't want to give back to the slums that provide for it. And that's unfair, because things can be better. So, what can we do? It starts from you. The best thing you can do is start from yourself. The family and the individual is a unit of society. So as a person, talk about it, encourage people, have conversations about it. A few months ago, this was in June for my birthday, I did a charity run day with Lagos One for doctors. And then this was after I left the Greenwater House. We had a charity run to feed families, and this went on to help over 50 families. And it might seem like nothing, but when someone doesn't have to worry about food, they can worry about other things. If you don't have to worry about the garri you drink in the afternoon, you have enough time to worry about the idea that you want to pass. So, in conclusion, Why do I love boobs? Because boobs make life, and because boobs tell stories. And when someone tells you that, oh, I love boobs, it's not sensationality. It's a dot on the fact that every woman matters, and every woman matters because humans also matter. So I want you to check yourself, examine yourself, talk to people, and most of all, love yourself because everything that matters is with you. With love from Faith. Thank you. Thank you.
That was very serious. All right. So we have an award for you on behalf of the Tedx Adewale team to be presented by our winner. That is Miss Adetutu. Miss Adetutu, please, we need you to present the award right now, and I think the award is ready, so we can present that right now. You can appreciate it now, please. You can clap now if you want to. Let's have the awards for Mr. P. Thank you very much for that. In the beginning, when you started, you started with I love groups. I was confused, but along the line, I now understood why you love groups.
Do you like groups now?
Now I can say I
Shake it.
I didn't complete it. All right, let's have it.
Big for now. Thank you.
After this, we have the last set of videos played.
Thank you.
We have the award presentation, the last one, then we have the vote of thanks. Yes.
Don't you worry because DJ Tedx has just begun.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I'm obstructing the photographers. Okay. Are we done? Do we have that? Thank you. Huh? Please, you can do that to the record. Please, you can do that to the record.
All right, baby.
Thank you.
I stand for this.
Oh, this is
I want you to come snap one for me.
Personal picture. Will you take a picture with you? Yes. Mama,
My sweetheart.
are you coming to video tonight?
Yes. By God's grace. Hey, my place is far.
Oh,
So where is my love?
yeah.
Bless you,
for the
darling.
love, oh.
Bless you, darling.
Thank you so
The
much.
place is so far. I just hope to get home on time and scoop up a little meal for my husband at home. Then we can come. If not, he will not allow me to step out. You know men now.